All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going to walk through a really simple but honestly game changing framework for talking to customers. It's all based on this idea of an architecture of communication clarity. We're going to build a way of thinking that could totally transform how you interact with people, one conversation at a time. So let me ask you this. Have you ever had that feeling where you think you're on the same page with a customer, you're pretty sure you get the problem, and then somehow the whole conversation just goes off the rails? It's super frustrating, right? That feeling of just talking past each other? Well, that's exactly what we're here to fix. Because, when communication breaks down, it's not just a little annoyance. There's a real, actual cost to all that confusion. Think about it. It creates this whole negative spiral. Frustration starts building up for you and for them. You waste a ton of precious time just going back and forth trying to figure out what went wrong. And at the end of the day, you're left with a customer who just feels ignored and totally unsatisfied. This is the exact problem we need a better architecture for. And that brings us right to the core idea from our source material. Instead of just, trying harder to communicate, what if we had a structure? What if we built our conversations on a foundation of clarity? So what even is communication clarity? Well, it's not just about talking clearly. It's really a two-part arc form. First, you have to truly understand what your customer actually needs, not just the words they're saying. And second, you have to manage their expectations about what's going to happen next. It's a really simple but powerful idea. Now this is where it really clicks. The whole concept is built on these two pillars. Think of it like breathing. Gaining clarity is the inhale. That's the inbound part, where you're just listening, absorbing, and really understanding. Then providing clarity is the exhale. That's the outbound part, where you're confirming what you heard, saying what you'll do, and setting expectations. You see, you absolutely need both to make it work. Okay, so let's dig into that first pillar, gaining clarity. And this isn't about just sitting back and waiting for the customer to talk. It's actually a much more active, kind of investigative process. So you've got to put on your detective hat here. It means asking those really good probing questions. You go beyond just, so what's the problem? And ask things like, how is this actually affecting your day-to-day work? It's all about digging past the surface complaint to find out what the real need is underneath it all. You're trying to get a complete picture of their world. So once you've done your detective work and you've gained that deep understanding, the next move is to basically reflect that clarity right back to the customer. This is the exhale. This is where understanding turns into real, concrete action. And the source gives us two beautifully simple steps for this. First, you tell them exactly what you are going to do. No vague promises, just here is the specific action I am going to take for you. And second, you give them a specific time frame. Not soon or I'll get right on it. Nope. You say, I'll have this done for you by 3 p.m. tomorrow. Or you'll hear back from me within the next hour. It all comes down to two things, what and when. And when you combine these two things, when you gain clarity by listening like a detective and then provide clarity with a solid plan, something really powerful happens. You get to a state of, zero doubt. The first thing that happens is you just wipe out all the confusion. The customer isn't left hanging, wondering, did they even get what I was saying? Or, okay, so now what? And right on the heels of that, you get rid of misunderstandings. I mean, there's just no room for anybody to make a wrong assumption when the plan has been laid out that clearly. I love this quote from the source because it just perfectly captures the feeling you're aiming for. When you get this right, the customer's left feeling confident, not confused. They know you got it, they know the plan, and they know exactly what to expect. So here's the big takeaway. This isn't just some abstract theory. It's a tool you can use today. So think about your week. What is one conversation, maybe with a customer, maybe a coworker, anyone, where you can consciously try this? First, focus on gaining clarity. Ask better questions. Then, focus on providing clarity. State your action and a time frame. Just try it and see what happens.